Kanata channel, and if you're new to this channel, my name is Catherine. I'm one of the education consultants here at Kanata Education. And for today's video, we have another international recruitment advisor from one of the top colleges in Ontario. We have Eric Walker.
Yes.
All the way from Canada just to be here at Kanata office to do an exclusive interview with us. How
Yes.
are you, Eric?
I'm good. How are you doing? Thank you very much for having me.
Of course. So I'm sure this is not your first time here in the Philippines.
No, it is not. This is my third trip here now to the Philippines. Yes. I actually really like coming here, especially right now when it's February in Canada and very cold. It's nice to come here to the warm weather, the energy of the cities, meeting all the new people and going around. It's really enjoyable. And the food as well. It's good to eat.
Sure, did you
Yeah.
try the balut?
The which? The baloid?
The balut.
No, I don't know.
It's an egg
Mm-hmm.
with chick inside of it.
No, I didn't try that. No, I've heard of that though.
For sure. It's a very famous, I don't know if you call it food or something here in the Philippines. And I'm sure in Vietnam as well they have that. So it's famous all around Asia.
Okay.
Right. So anyway, let's talk about Lambton College.
Yes.
Right. So not many Filipinos are really familiar with Lambton College. And the reason why we're doing this is to promote and of course introduce to you guys Lambton College. So when did Lambton start recruiting international students?
Yes. So Lambton College was founded in 1966. So we're actually one of the oldest public colleges in Ontario. And then we began recruiting international students long before I worked there in 1996, beginning with students from China.
Wow, so that's a long time already.
It's been a very long time, yes. We're one of the leaders in international education space in Ontario.
Right. And in the Philippines, you started recruiting when?
We started recruiting, so ever since we've opened our international students to coming to Lambton College, Filipino students have been welcome to come. We've really focused our recruitment efforts in the Philippines over the last 5 years. I'm not sure when the first Filipino student arrived to Lambton College, but over the past 5 years, we now have, presently we have over 900 Filipino students studying across our 4 campuses, and we've been seeing that steadily increase over the past 5 years.
Oh, and honestly, I was there in Sarnia last year, and I really fell in love with the community. You know, it's really perfect for families, even for single individual, because it's, even though it's a small community, but you've got everything. You know, and the vibe over there is very relaxed. It's not very stressful.
Yeah.
So let's talk more about the location in Sarnia.
Yeah, so our main campus is located in Sarnia, Ontario. It's where I live, so maybe I'm a little biased. But as you said, you've actually been there, so you've kind of experienced what the vibe of the city is like and how it is. It's very safe. It's very relaxed. The traffic there is quite calm. It's located on the border with the United States and one of the Great Lakes. So we have a
big lake over there.
Yeah, did you go down to the river when you were there?
Yeah.
And saw the
I
bridge?
People like jumping.
Yes, jumping into the water.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
right.
You've done that.
I've done that before when I was younger. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's very nice. You know, I've seen there's a lot of parks, and even the our current students who were there. So we did some interview with our current students, and they loved it. And you know how peaceful it is over there. And to go from the college to downtown, it only takes you what, like 10 minutes?
Yeah, 10, 15 minutes. And like we were saying, that's what we found is not that many people from the Philippines will have heard of Sarnia, right? Because it's a smaller city in Canada. But the students that we do have who come to the Sarnia campus, their level of satisfaction is really high. And a lot of them end up falling in love with Sarnia and like wanting to live there after they graduate. A lot of them come with the intention like, I'll study in Sarnia, stay there for 2 years, but then we find that they actually stay after they graduate because they enjoy their time there so much.
I know. I would have.
You live there if you were in Canada? Yeah.
And well, most people are only familiar with Toronto. So
right.
As a base from Toronto to Sarnia, how long is the travel time?
Yeah, so we're really not that far out of the way from Toronto. If you're coming into the Toronto airport, it's about a 2.5 hour drive. And if you're coming from downtown Toronto, it's probably closer to 3 hours. Just depends on the time of day, you know, with the traffic, but maybe 3 hours on average from Sarnia to Toronto.
Okay, so we all know that international students are allowed to work part time and full time during their semestral breaks. Now, everyone wants to know, of course, when they are going to look for a location where they will base themselves in Canada, is the opportunity for jobs.
Right.
So, in Sarnia, what are the top industries they can expect?
Yes. So it's going to be different, I'd say, for part time versus full time employment after graduation. In terms of part time employment, our local community in Sarnia really needs international students to fill a lot of the part time jobs that are available. So these are jobs in places like restaurants, fast food, retail stores, warehouses, department stores, working in delivery as well, working in grocery stores. So there's lots of opportunity for students in part-time roles in Sarnia. That can always change like year to year. Sometimes there's more opportunities, sometimes there's less. But we in general find that students who come with a good resume and strong communication skills and they're, applying for jobs in the right way, they're able to find part-time work relatively quickly. Students shouldn't expect to find it right away, but within the first couple of months after they get settled. And then for students who are looking for full-time work, maybe after they graduate, something in their field, Sarnia is really, it's sort of an industrial city just south of Sarnia. We have lots of petrochemical refineries, oil refineries, chemical plants, energy, renewable energy factories. So places like that where students who take programs in the sciences, in engineering, and then also even in business can find opportunities. So it's why I was going to say that's why our Sarnia campus really focuses on things in the sciences and engineering and also business, because it's reflective of the local economy and the opportunities that exist within the Sarnia area.
Right. Okay. So you guys don't have to worry about jobs if that's what you are, very conscious about, and your top priority, of course, when looking for a location or a school. Definitely, you will get a job when you go to or attend Lambton College and live in Sarnia. However, is this the same case in Ottawa, because you guys also have a new campus, right?
Yeah, so our Ottawa campus did its first intake in January of 2024. It's a public partnership campus. So we haven't actually had any students graduate out in Ottawa yet, as the new students are just arriving. But Ottawa is a fairly large city, the second largest in Ontario, almost 1 million people. It's the home of the Parliament buildings of Canada, so there's lots of maybe opportunity. Yeah, it's a very beautiful city, and there's opportunity to work in government positions as well when you live in Ottawa. And I think it just has big city opportunity, right? Like things again in business, in IT, in consulting, especially with all of the government roles that are there, or government agencies that operate there. Probably roles in engineering firms as well. So I think that in terms of opportunity, Ottawa is very strong, and it's not as saturated, I would say, as Toronto, if you know what I mean. Like Toronto, there's already so many colleges that operate in that area, and not so much in Ottawa. So maybe a bit less competition in terms of the number of students, both international and domestic, in Ottawa. So opportunity maybe more so for students than other places.
Well, I forgot to ask this question, but because of the recent news, concerning PGWP, Lambton College offers PGWP, right? Both in Sarnia and in Ottawa.
Yes, so they're both our public campuses in Sarnia and Ottawa, so they will not be impacted by the new rules regarding PGWP after September 1st.
Okay, perfect. Now let us go to of course, the cost of living. Okay, so apart from jobs, of course, students are also considering the cost of living.
Right.
Can you tell me how affordable it is to live in Sarnia?
Yes. So, I mean, Canada is a bit of an expensive country overall. It's to be expected. But when it comes to like different cities, Toronto is obviously very expensive. But as you sort of go further away from Toronto, it gets more affordable. And Sarnia is generally regarded as one of the more affordable cities in Ontario. So for cost of rent, you may be expecting like 50% less than what you would experience in a city like Toronto or Vancouver or Montreal.
About, give me a ballpark figure.
Yeah, so depending on like lifestyle and how
Yeah.
nice of a place you want to live, whereas, the places that we're housing our students are going to be nice places to live, but generally students for a bedroom in a shared accommodation, but having their own bedroom are looking usually somewhere between anywhere from 500 Canadian a month up to 800 Canadian a month.
Yeah.
But if they want to live, let's say, by themselves in an apartment, then maybe you're looking at, 1,200 a month or
Right. That's
upwards.
still
But
very
most students pick
affordable
shared.
comparing to like the big cities, and you don't, like you've mentioned earlier, there's not much competition in terms of not just with colleges, but at the same time with the jobs, because if there's a lot of people in a certain area, then not you're not just considering the high cost of living, but then at the same time the competition between applicants to
Exactly.
get to secure a job.
Yeah. Yeah, that's something to consider as well, I think, is, the less amount of students, there is more opportunity, and it's almost like students in Sarnia can start their own businesses as well. It's something that students have done in the past, and something that it's going to be a bit less expensive to do if you were in a bigger city.
Exactly. What about the programs, or the top programs international students are applying at Lambton College? You have business, as you mentioned earlier.
Yes, so we have programs sort of across all different sectors, like information technology, business, healthcare, sciences, engineering. For students applying from the Philippines, we generally find our healthcare, business, and IT programs to be the most popular. Yeah, so we see a lot of students who want to take international business management, human resources, financial planning, and wealth management. And then in IT, we see students interested in cloud computing, full stack software development, big data analytics, even artificial intelligence and machine learning.
Yes.
And these are all 2-year programs, mostly at the postgraduate level. And then in healthcare, we have advanced healthcare leadership. We have recreation therapy at the diploma level, and then therapeutic recreation at the postgraduate level. We have interprofessional practice in gerontology.
Oh, no, the programs.
Yes.
Okay, so these programs are available at the Sarnia campus.
Most of the ones I said, yes, are available at the Sarnia campus. I know I said big data analytics.
Yeah.
That one's not in Sarnia, but most of the ones, are available at the Sarnia campus. And if you go to our website too, you can easily filter out the programs by campus and see for each sector which programs we have available and what intake they're open for right now.
Perfect. And one thing I really love about Lambton College, because the Filipinos are really price conscious in terms of that. And let's talk about the tuition fees, because we don't collect processing fees for our students, because it is in our best intention to really assist the students move to Canada.
Right.
And Lambton College also embodies that type of values, because you guys are offering a very affordable tuition fees to international students.
Yes, we definitely have some of the most affordable programs of any college in all of Canada, even. All of the prices are on our website, but just to ballpark it for you, on average, let's say at our Sarnia campus, most programs are going to run between $19,000 for the entire 2 years of a program, maybe all the way up to $27,000, $28,000 for a program for 2 years. And then we do have programs in Sarnia that are scholarship eligible as well.
Exactly. So imagine 19,000 for a 2-year program compared to an average 15,000 per year.
Right.
Tuition fees for a certain program. So this is very affordable. And you know what? You have, or you can, get a co-op. Like, you are going to apply for a co-op, right? On your 4th semester.
Yeah, so almost all of our postgraduate programs do have a co-op that takes place in the final semester.
Yeah.
So more times than not, these co-ops can be paid, and there's no tuition fees that are associated with that semester. So it's sort of a student's opportunity to not only save money on their tuition fees, but also be able to make some money while doing the co-op. And then they're also gaining like valuable work experience that they can put on their resume. They might be getting a reference from their boss at their co-op. So it's really beneficial.
These are like vital for a student to really experience a co-op, so that they can secure a job after they finish a program.
Yes, I think it's really valuable because Canadian employers, like while yes, your education is definitely important, what's really important to them is your experience and how confident they are that you're going to be able to perform the role that they're hiring you for. And being able to maybe speak from a reference from your co-op or being able to hear about the experience that you got while at your co-op is really going to help their employability post-graduation.
Right, and this is one really good thing about this school is because there is already a co-op component. So you don't really have to think about your Canadian experience because it's already part of your program and you don't have to pay for the co-op itself. So actually some companies like you mentioned, they're the ones paying you to do the co-op, right? So on top of your off-campus job, you can still earn through your co-op, which is really nice for them, right?
Of course, yes.
Okay, what else? Scholarship. Okay, so you mentioned earlier that some of the programs in Sarnia are you can give some scholarship.
Right.
So how does the scholarship work? Do students need to apply and how much is the scholarship given?
Yeah, so students don't have to apply for the scholarship. The scholarship will be applied directly to their offer letter. And in Sarnia, every program that's scholarship eligible comes with a $3,000 entrance scholarship. I know, so it's pretty significant, and that's applied directly to their offer letter. So the student doesn't have to fill out any forms or anything when they're applying. They just have to look and see if their program's scholarship eligible. And then if it is and they get an offer letter, it's going to reflect on the $3,000 scholarship.
So imagine you guys are already affordable in tuition fees. You're still giving away some scholarship. I mean, what can a student can ask for, right?
I know. I think we've struck the right balance between a strong education, a co-op, and providing, the lowest possible price for students and giving them the best chance to succeed.
Yes, that's really good. And if you guys don't know which programs has a scholarship, you can always send us a message or book a consultation with us, and we'll definitely guide you on how to apply at Lambton College and give you the right information, which programs has scholarship, and of course the tuition fees and the intake. Now, of course, it's also very important to note what can the student get, like the support the student can get from the college.
Yeah. Do you mean like in terms of overall like academic supports or like in general? Yeah. So we are very focused on being able to support our student in every way possible, whether that's with their physical health, with their health insurance, with their mental health, with the wellness counselors that we have right on our campus, whether that's with their arrival and orientation process. Like we host numerous webinars up to the point when a student is going to arrive on what documents they're going to need. We assist them with getting from, let's say they're coming to Sarnia, with getting from the Toronto airport to Sarnia. We assist them with finding accommodation. We have a dedicated housing coordinator who will help students find accommodation even while they're still in their home countries. They can find accommodation before they even arrive.
Too, because some students, they don't have families in Canada, so it could be an overwhelming feeling for them.
Yeah, it definitely can be stressful thinking you're going to a new country and not knowing where you're going to live. So we try and make sure that students are supported as best as they can be in finding accommodation like before they even arrive. They can look online, find somewhere to live. Our coordinator will go check it out for them, make sure it's legitimate, and then they can have that reserved for them before they even get to Canada and feel more comfortable when they arrive.
And it's the same support they will get also from Ottawa, right?
Same support from Ottawa as well, yes. So we have another housing coordinator who's specific to the Ottawa campus, who lives in Ottawa and provides students with that same level of support of helping them find accommodation before they even arrive to Canada. Or if students arrive to Canada and they still need help finding accommodation, they're there in the Ottawa area to help them.
That's very helpful for the students because right now it's quite difficult to get an accommodation, right? And knowing someone from the college will be able to help them secure that for them, then you're taking something off from their shoulders, and they will just get in and settle.
Yes, exactly. It's something that we're very comfortable with helping students with. We had thousands of international students come through our 4 different campuses, and we've always been able to find them a suitable accommodation.
Okay, so we met actually a couple of our students when we went to Sarnia last year. So I believe there should be a Filipino community in that place, right?
Yes, it seems like every year, every intake, we're starting to get more Filipino students at our Sarnia campus, and we're starting to see a more vibrant community. Like we recently had an event for Filipino students at our Sarnia campus, and again, we're seeing that growth, and I think students are becoming more comfortable, and students are bringing their family over now and their friends, and telling them about Lambton College and Sarnia, and we're hopeful that with each year that comes, that community will continue to grow and thrive in Sarnia.
Yeah, that's very good that you guys organize an event because it's also very important for the students, not just for Filipinos, but students from all over the world or from different countries that they get together and they network, feel some sense of belongingness.
Exactly.
Especially if you're moving to a new country.
Yes, it's about having that sort of comfort level and feeling like, there's a little bit of home, even though you're all the way on the other side of the world in Sarnia, and feeling like you have people that you can connect with and relate to who are from the Philippines when you arrive. And I'm looking forward to seeing that community continue to grow. Hopefully we'll have a Filipino restaurant in Sarnia sometime soon. Hopefully that's coming soon.
Sometime in the near future we'll have that. Whenever we visit, we can always
stop by there. Exactly.
Okay, so for my last question, would you recommend us as an agency to work with the potential students or the future students of Lambton College?
Yes, of course, I would recommend Kanata. We've worked with you guys now for, I believe, 2 years, and we've already seen so many successful students come through your agency, and we're very happy with the services that you provide to students, and we hope to continue to see more students come to Lambton College through Kanata.
Well, thank you so much for the kind words, and thank you so much, Eric, for being with us here today. If you want to learn more about Lambton College, you can definitely send us a message on our Facebook page, or you can click the link in the description box below to book a free consultation with us. I will also put Eric's email address should you guys have further questions about Lambton. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.